Hi everyone. If you don't know who I am, I'm George. Just doing a video again. It's April, I think the 4th or something of that sort. Anyway, I did a video about the goats in the house, and we just had 3 more this morning. I look like a wreck, I'm sorry. Just rough days. You can tell, the goats in here. Still, let me see if I can, no I can't. But I can do this. Can't turn the camera around. We have 21 goats now, and there will probably be 30 by the end of this month. We have these 2 Jersey cows. I milk them. These goats everywhere. You can see goats everywhere. These are 2 boys. They're the ones who breed our herd. They do a good job. And here are calves back there. There's 20 chickens in here. They're all Rhode Island Reds. They just started laying here about 2 weeks ago. Just small eggs, but they're starting. This is Smoking Ear. Say hello, Smokey. You can see 4 more calves back there. The farm is doing pretty good. We're just a small homestead farm. And by the way, we have 20 more chickens out in another barn. They actually lay eggs all the time, and we sell them. Or right now, we're just giving them away because we're trying to help the neighborhood, whatever we can do. I'm doing this video because I hear all sorts of things about goats and what people do. These goats, whether they were in here and they had babies because of these 2 boys, if they were just out in the wild, these boys would find them and they would breed them, because that's what they do. They just do. And people think that it's mean or something. I don't know. It's not. It's just nature. There's a chicken in here. We're very kind to our chickens. She's doing better, but she has a crook neck. So we separate her from the flock because they would kill her. So once her crook neck is done, she'll go back in the flock. You become a farm. This is what happens. Now we have rabbits. It's not because we wanted the rabbits. It's because people come by and they just drop them off. We know the people. Bring them, because otherwise they just don't have any place to go. The cats that are here just dropped off. I don't mind them. They're beautiful bunnies. Yeah. I feed them. But why that one's up there and those 2 are down there? Because that's a boy up there. And if he was with those, we'd have lots of rabbits. Again, it's nature. So it's not farms aren't just breeding grounds for, like we're cruel. I treat my goats good. I treat my cows good. The boys will be sold. The girls I'll keep for a while, and then they'll be sold. It's just the way it is. Anyway, enough about that, because farming is farming. People eat, and that's it. But anyway, you see this little wagon out here I'm doing? This is a project. Mostly, I know it's going to sound strange, but this is going to be a hay rack. The baler will sit here. The rack's going to be at an angle like this, where I can actually lower it and high, like a dump truck. And they'll have a back that'll open. The baler will just kick as many bales on as it can. Not kick them, but just push them on. They'll all fall backwards, and I can pile, probably I'll get around 15, 20 on each wagon. And then I'll just bring them back and unload them, just dump them off by the barn, put an elevator in, and then I'll put them away. Because I'm a homestead, and you got to figure out how to do things on your own. Using big wagons, it just becomes cumbersome, and then it becomes like you can't get it done because you got a big load of hay out here, and then I got to unload it, and you get tired. This way, you just keep going. You bale the hay, get it up here, and when you throw them up in the barn with an elevator, and then on rainy days or what have you, in the evening, you just pile them in there. Then it becomes easier. So it's becoming nice in New York. You can see it's getting a little greener. I don't have a coat on. That's nice. So I have projects going on, and I gotta figure out how to use my phone where I can actually put it on something, and I can film without having to hold it, so I can do projects. Because that's why I don't film while I'm doing things, or I can put the phone down, but I gotta have a stand for it, something. I just do, because it's just impossible to hold and do things on the farm. You can see how muddy it's been. My 1739. It does a lot of work around here, and it's just a very nice tractor. I'm not going to cut hay anymore with a big tractor. I'm going to cut it with this, the 1739 with a sickle bar. Ted it twice, rake it, and bale it with a 24T John Deere square baler on those little racks. It'll just kick them off on there. And I'll be done with this tractor. This is the 40 horse, or 39. It's actually 39 and a half. That's why they call it 40. And it's definitely got the power to do all that. And I'm just going to do it with all these small equipment again. I used to have little stuff farms, and I'm going to go back to that. Pretty much little stuff. I don't want to do any of the big stuff. It just becomes cumbersome to me. It's a waste of fuel. I don't need it. This thing doesn't burn much, and it's capable of doing many tasks, and including all the hay I have. And I want to be able to film it, and I'm gonna. I just need to have some. I'm not going to invest right now with the COVID-19 happening and everything. Mary Ellen's business is slowed down because of it. People have just stopped working, and so she has less to do. We're not going to go out and spend gobs of money on stupid things like a camera right now. I'm not going to do it. I have my phone already, and I'm going to figure it out someday. How to mount it, how it can run. It takes good enough video to do this, and I'll film what I can. But in the meantime, I will try to get something to hold this phone so I can, while I'm building that wagon, I'll show you how it's going to be done. I have my neighbor across the street actually making the ramp that comes off the end of the baler just to meet that wagon right there, where it'll, where it can just pick, keep pushing the bales up and then down. It's sort of like the balers, or the things that are out there already, where they go up a ramp, and then they all get put in a square, and then they dump them out the back, and then the big tractors go out and pick them up. But I am just going to let them fall into the wagon. It'll be a 4.5 foot high rack. And And like I said, I'll just open up the back, let them fall out, and I'm out, and I'm gonna go get more. So I think I'm gonna build 2 wagons, and I'll be fine doing it by myself. It'll be fun to do it, and I hope to make some great videos here. Things are gonna change here in America. I have that feeling. People are gonna start buying more from local people, and after all this is over, because there's going to be a lot of heartache when this is all over, and people are going to start figuring out, hey, I don't want to do it this way anymore. I mean, there's going to be some farms going out of business, with dairy farms, because they're milking 500 cows, 1,500 cows, and nobody's buying it. They're dumping it. So it's a bad thing. And some of these guys are probably going to go out of business. And so small farms probably might make a little comeback, with smaller animals, selling them to the market, in the market. And, if you could become a grade A dairy, probably a good time to do it. Getting a couple of cows and seeing if you can sell milk right off your farm. I can't do it right now. I don't got any money. I just, everything that we do, we spend on feed or whatever things that break down. And so spending money on getting ready for a dairy isn't going to happen. But maybe someday. Anyway, see ya.